This is Mrs. Archer with your daily Wildcat Wire news. Today is Friday, December 11th, 2020. Please join me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We would like to wish a very happy birthday to Tyler G. We would also like to wish a very happy birthday to Anas H., Gabe T., who will celebrate this weekend. Today the weather is 52 degrees with on and off rain and showers. Fact. This weekend we will celebrate National Hot Chocolate Day. Here's a little history for you. The Mayans were credited with creating the first chocolate beverage around 2,000 years ago. Culturally, cocoa became an essential part of the Aztec civilization by 1400 AD. After the drink found its way from Mexico through the New World, Europeans popularized the chocolate drink. However, it has undergone multiple changes since then. Until the 19th century, drinkers used hot chocolate medicinally to treat ailments such as stomach diseases. In the United States, an instant form of the drink is popular. Mixed with hot water or milk, the packing contains mostly cocoa powder, sugar, and dry milk. Often, cocoa drinkers add marshmallows or whipped cream. This weekend, snuggle up with a cup of hot cocoa and enjoy. So this week for Mrs. Archer's Thoughts on the Bike, yesterday I did a ride that I just wanted to quit so badly. I told you guys last week that these last 2 weeks of the challenge were going to be the hardest. We were in a flat road recovery and I was texting my friend how much I hated the ride. And in my head, I was trying to figure out where in the ride I could actually not push as hard and kind of save some gas, so to speak, to the end so I could recover. And then my son walked by and asked me what was for dinner. I was like, is this kid serious right now? Pouring sweat, headphones in, breathing real hard. And he's like, what's for dinner? Like he thought that was a really good time to ask. While I was annoyed, it reminded me of why I keep pushing myself on the bike. One is the competitive nature I had that when I was younger, I did not have at all. I was not competitive. The other is for my kids. I'm going to tell you why. This child that I'm talking about, I mean zero grit. Do you know what grit is? It's that ability that we all have inside of us and the will and the perseverance to go through things even though they're difficult for us. And in the end, sometimes you don't even succeed, but that grit keeps you going. Even though you're not succeeding, you have that inside feeling. My younger son has a little bit more grit, but I think that's because he's an athlete. But still, he could stand a little bit more grit. Every time I get on that bike, I'm showing them the importance of showing up when it's hard and you really don't feel like doing it. Now, in their defense, I did not have a lot of grit when I was their age either. But I'm going to tell you something. Looking back on my school years, I wish I had more. It was my lack of grit that held me back from doing things I was afraid to do because I thought I would fail. It was my lack of grit that made me call my dad the second week of college and tell him to come pick me up because I wasn't smart enough to be there because my algebra class was too hard. And if you've been listening to any of these talks, there was no way on this earth that my dad was going to let me quit. He said to me, you know what you're going to do right now, Jennifer? You're going to hang up this phone and you're going to get your butt into those office hours they were talking about when we did all those visits. And don't call here again until you're able to tell me about what happened during office hours. I think as a school, we need to work on grit. In fact, I think we need to change our rise above to got grit. Grit is about working on something that you care about so much and you're willing to stay loyal to it. Too many times I'm in your classes and I see students giving up because it's too hard or requires effort they really just don't feel like putting in for whatever reason. If you quit enough times, it becomes a habit. And trust me, that is really a hard habit to break. I regret every single time I quit because it proves to to everyone and to myself mostly, that I didn't care enough. It was for that reason alone that I pushed through that ride last night and finished with an output a few points higher than what was expected. A couple of years ago, Miss Schmidt was in my office and said, "You have a lot of words surrounding you. I like words too." What she means is that I have a lot of motivational signs in my office. It's because they motivate me to keep moving in the direction that I want to be headed in. They remind me of the importance of grit. Your challenge, and teachers too, this week is to go Google motivational quotes, and I want you to write a quote that speaks to you. I want you to write it down on a Post-it and stick it on your computer so you have that as a constant reminder. Some of the ones that I've shared with you, I actually write down myself for this speech, and then also so that I remind myself during the week. And here was one that I came across that I just wanted to share with you that I thought was pretty important when it comes to grit. Muhammad Ali said, "Champions aren't made in the gyms. Champions are made from something they have deep inside them, a desire, a dream, a vision. They have the skill and the will, but the will must be stronger than the skill." So we got to start working on our will and start telling ourselves that we can and push because we trust that one day we will make it and we have that grit. Things in your life are only going to get harder. But what you can change is your ability to cope with those things and build that grit so that you will always look back and say, "I did the best that I can." Last week, our Mrs. Archer's Wheel of Fun question was, what are your favorite things about winter? And I have randomly selected 2 winners. From 7th grade, Michaela P. Her favorite thing is making and buying presents for family. And from 8th grade, Gabrielle H. She enjoys drinking hot chocolate, which is perfect because we just talked about National Hot Chocolate Day. All right, so let's see what we got going for this week. I'm going to be asking you about those positive quotes too in my Google forms, so don't forget to add those. Oh, this is a good one. This is everyone, so I'm picking one raffle winner from each grade level. So here we got 6th grade first. We have Riley B. From 8th grade, we have Aiden L. And from 7th grade, Andrew S. So congratulations, winners. You'll be seeing me at your house. That about wraps it up for us here today. But before we go, just a quick couple of things. Doesn't a Butterburger and some cheese curds sound delicious right now? All next week, Indian Trail is hosting a Culver's fundraiser at the Culver's on Route 59 and 135th. Just mention the Indian Trail fundraiser and 25% of our sale will go back to Indian Trail. And remember, this is all week, so you have to convince your parents to take you there today. And don't forget, Monday's countdown to Winter Break Spirit Day is Candy Cane Day, so be sure to wear red and white. If you are participating, be sure to snap a picture and send it to Mr. Lubing. Remember that today is an A Day, and be sure to attend your A Day Encore classes. Thank you again for watching, and remember to start each day with a positive attitude, face new challenges, and always rise above. Have a great day and an even better weekend.